Are we ready?
I'm ready if you are.
Campfire question. That was the speed metal version of Campfire Question, where we answer your questions about life, the universe, and
RV camping.
Today's Campfire Question takes a darker turn. PSA 727 asks, when you venture away from your Airstream at the campground, what do you do to prevent your chairs and other exterior items from walking away? Do you put them inside your trailer or truck each time you walk away? Do you have a way of securing them outside? Or do you trust that anyone trying to mess with them will be struck by lightning? What do we do to secure our chairs and other items of that sort when we leave our campsite? I hate to announce this on YouTube, but we don't do a whole lot.
No. I think it's unusual to see people secure chairs and tables and stuff like that. Like furniture pieces. I've never seen anybody chain down their chair.
If you're chaining down your camp chair, I don't know.
You might be in the wrong campground.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Campgrounds typically, I think, are not hotbeds of criminal activity.
No.
I mean,
in all the years we've been doing this, we've only had one thing stolen. We were camping at the Circus RV park on the Strip in Las Vegas. And
of course, they call Vegas Sin City. And one of the sins here apparently is stealing.
Roughly an hour ago, Sean and I returned to our camper from a lovely evening out in Las Vegas. We had gone to grab a bite to eat and just kind of stroll around and look in some of the casinos. And we came driving up to our campsite only to discover that my bike had been stolen. And I just feel really angry and mad that somebody would take something that isn't theirs. You know, I know it's just a bike, and so I don't mean to make it out to be more than it is, but still, you feel really violated when somebody takes something that's yours. I think in the RV world, we tend to be good people, and we expect the people around us to be good people. And I certainly don't think it was another camper that took it. I think it was probably a vagrant walking through the campground. Still, it is disturbing to know that there are people out there that will take things that aren't theirs.
It's one reason why we've never gone back there, because it's basically just a parking lot next to Circus, and lots of undesirable folks walk through the campground at all hours.
How judgmental of you.
Sorry, but people that look like they're on drugs, that look like they're high, that look like they're ready to rob you.
Look, they're not all walking through the campground. Some of them are riding bikes.
Yeah, my bike is what they're riding through the campground.
Look, it's Las Vegas. What do you expect? I mean, you're right next to the Strip. I'm not going to badmouth that campground. I like zombie movies, and every day was kind of like watching an episode of The Walking Dead. Vegas, a wretched hive of scum and villainy, which is why we love it so much.
Yeah. So that's the only thing we've ever had stolen. I won't say totally my fault, because you shouldn't be stealing from people, but I did not have it locked up at the moment that it was stolen. So, you know, my bad.
Thinking this through, when you really look at your campsite, I think it would grow tiresome to lock and chain down every single item you own after you've set up camp. Now, there's one item in particular you need to secure, and that is, guess, your RV.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we've done videos before about trailer locks. You need something. Now, we do recommend the Proven Industries trailer lock, and that's what we use on our Airstream, because that gives you good peace of mind.
Yeah, there's nothing that's theft-proof, but it will slow down somebody enough to the point where they will go on to somebody else.
The other big ticket item you need to secure is your tow vehicle, or towed if you have one. People get vehicles stolen all the time in this world, and quite often it's because they leave the door unlocked, and they may even leave the keys in the vehicle. And yes, that happened to a friend of ours not too long ago.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Yippee!
Yeah! Victory!
If you happen to own a good old-fashioned, politically incorrect fossil fuel burning generator, those things are a big ticket purchase, and we do secure ours with chains and locks, and we have those Kevlar chains.
And that is something that we always see people secure in campgrounds. If they don't keep their generator in the bed of their truck, then they will have it on the ground, like chained to the wheel of their RV or something.
Yeah, especially the little 2,000 watt units, because they're small enough that one person could pretty easily pick them up.
It would fit in the trunk of a car.
So those are very popular thefts. And so, yes, we do use some Kevlar chains. Are they perfect? Would they stop every would-be thief? Probably not, but they would at least slow some people down long enough for me to grab my shotgun for dramatic effect.
Your shotgun from 1847.
Yeah, this thing I don't think has been fired in at least 70 years, but I think this has a greater chance of exploding in my face than actually taking out a would-be thief. But, my point is, nothing is going to be perfect. You just got to slow them down and or discourage them.
Look less appealing.
Yeah.
I think if something looks easy to walk away with, that increases the odds of it being walked away with.
If you're using a 30 amp or 50 amp surge protector to protect your RV's electronics, as you know, those things can cost $200 to $300 sometimes for the nicer models, and it'd be really easy for somebody to take those away. Some of the better surge protectors include a little metal bracket so you can lock it onto the power post.
Yeah.
I do think it can get kind of tiresome if you're just trying to chain down your sewer hose every time you leave your campground. I mean, at a certain point, if they really want it that bad.
Yeah. The other thing that you might lock down is your grill, if you have a nice grill that you take with you. Now, if you're in a national park or a lot of state parks, you're obviously not supposed to leave your grill outside because that attracts wild animals such as bears, and you don't want those being attracted to your campsite. But if you're at a private campground or you're somewhere where wildlife isn't really a concern, you might chain it down. It's a thought. We've never really left ours outside. We usually keep ours in the bed of our truck if we're running around town, and if we're in a national park, it's inside our truck.
If you have a truck, you might consider getting a tonneau cover or cap for the bed, obviously, so that your items are not in full display to the world. Now, we traveled around for a long time without any kind of cap on the bed of our truck.
About 10 years.
Yeah, but I really do like having a tonneau cover.
Yeah.
The point is out of sight, out of mind. And if you can think about when you even park your rig in a campground, maybe even choosing a site that is not fully exposed to public view, and then fewer people are going to see what you're carrying with you. You can pull down the shades of your RV and sort of, once again, hide things out of sight. You obviously want to lock your doors. Some people might even carry a safe. You could get a small safe that you could put inside your RV and put certain valuables inside that.
I think hiding things out of sight is a great suggestion. Sometimes I see people that they'll leave their RV and they'll leave all the lights on inside and all the windows up so you can walk by and just see everything that's inside. Just don't advertise to the world what you've got inside your RV. It's sad that you have to be like that, but there are cases where that's necessary.
You might even say to your neighbor, hey, you could keep an eye on our site while we're away and we'll do the same for you. With all of this said, I really don't think petty theft is a huge problem in RV parks. RV parks are pretty safe places in our experience. Campgrounds are pretty safe places. Where you may run into issues is more likely when you're boondocking, and I guess if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you leave your rig unattended, then you are taking that risk. So when you're boondocking, you do have to obviously take more care to secure your items and hide things from view.
And again, I don't think national parks and state parks are where your threat is. I think it's when you are in not great parts of town, in cities, like we were in Las Vegas, or you're out boondocking where somebody can drive up and nobody will see them break in or what have you. The scenario we hear the most from our audience is my RV was in storage and it was stolen, or my RV was in storage and it got broken into. So what Sean said about securing your trailer, most importantly, or your motorhome, that's your biggest thing to worry about.
Also consider motion detector lights and some sort of security camera. Some of the motion detector lights may use solar power, but any kind of security camera is probably going to need some sort of reliable power source.
And maybe a Wi-Fi connection if you're wanting to like check in on your rig while you're not there with it.
Yeah, and that can be hard to come by sometimes when you're boondocking. What do you guys do? Do you lock and chain down every single item?
Are you locking down your welcome mat when you leave your rig?
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you do? I think at a certain point, there's only so much you can
Yeah, you
do.
gotta have a little faith in your neighbor. Choose wisely when you're choosing where you want to camp. I mean, sometimes it's just choosing the right location.
That's right. I think that's a lot of it. You need to avoid trouble before it happens.
Right.
Do you have suggestions or tips with regard to securing the items in your campsite? Let us know. Post a comment beneath this video and share your wisdom with the rest of our community.
Also, if you have a question that you would like for us to answer on the next episode of Campfire Questions, leave it in the comments below, or you can send us a message on Facebook. If you haven't, please like and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. It means the world to us and it makes a big difference. And also visit our Facebook page, like us over there. We do live events on our Facebook page periodically. And then also Instagram. We're doing Instagram more these days and posting Instagram stories. So you'll sort of see a little bit of maybe behind the scenes long honeymoon footage on Instagram that you wouldn't see anywhere else.
And a shout out to our supporters on Patreon.
Yes.
If you see this wall behind us, we can thank our patrons for that.
Yep.
We are investing our Patreon support into the production of this show, and we're going to have some cool stuff to unveil in the near future. So thank you, patrons. Until next time, we are Sean and Kristy. This is Long Honeymoon, where we say, lo ho. Hey guys, if you like our videos, a great way to say thank you is to shop using our store on Amazon. You can find it at amazon.com/shop/longhoneymoon. You can bookmark this address and start your Amazon shopping there every time.
Everything you need for your next RV adventure awaits in our store. But you don't have to just buy camping gear. You can use our store to buy anything that Amazon sells.
When you go to our store, you begin a unique shopping session. For the next 24 hours, all the items that you add to your Amazon shopping cart will be credited back to Long Honeymoon. When you make a purchase using our store, we receive a small commission. We're reinvesting those commissions into the production of our show.
All purchases made in the Amazon store are completely private, so we have no idea who is buying what.
So if you're looking to buy a new banana slicer, you now know where to go.
Or a banana hammock.
I beg your pardon.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I think in your average campground, there's no way that other RVers are going to come in and pilfer and steal from your campsite. But here, who knows? Until next time, thanks for checking out our blog.